Hello everyone, my name is Agent Paul of Mobile Task Force Delta 7, codenamed Bookkeepers, and welcome back to another SCP document review. And the SCP we'll be reviewing today is SCP-9508, Object Class, Zeno. Special Containment Procedures. Open Mouth Barbecue has been permanently closed to the public. Description: SCP-9508 is the pit at Open Mouth Barbecue, a barbecue restaurant in Dripping Springs, Texas. Prior to containment, Open Mouth Barbecue was held in high regard by the local population. Its proprietorship changed on several occasions during its 41-year lifespan. None of the owners appear to have been aware of SCP-9508's anomaly. Anyone who cooks food in SCP-9508 will experience physical sensations when the food is eaten by another person. The nature and intensity of these sensations vary substantially between tests. Consumers will not have any unexpected sensations when eating the food. Here we have some partial testing data, sorted by the date, the cook, the consumer, the food, and the effects. June 20th, 1994. Cooked by B. Woodward. Consumed by D. Yates. Pork ribs. Woodward was able to discern, even from a closed room apart from where Yates was dining, when exactly Yates took each bite of ribs. Woodward described the sensation of chewing as intense, but not painful or unpleasant, pinching at his chest. Food being swallowed corresponded to a slimy feeling in various places on Woodward's torso. After finishing the ribs, Yates licked some leftover barbecue sauce off of a bone. Woodward was able to identify this behavior, but was unwilling to describe the sensation in detail. Woodward requested a break from testing following this, citing emotional disquiet. Yates reported no unusual experience during the meal, and described the food as good. June 22nd, 1994. G. Smock, C. Wynn, and E. Lacey. Beef brisket and chicken. Smock reported two sets of sensations corresponding to chewing, one inside the mouth described as being pecked by small birds, the other in the hands described as petting a cat that's been laying in the sun. Both were considered pleasant. Smock was not made aware of swallowing, but could tell when Wynn or Lacey licked their lips or wiped their face with a napkin. This sensation was described as polishing the inside of my eyeballs, and was also considered pleasant. Partway through the test, Wynn and Lacey exchanged small portions of their respective meals. Smock experienced a fit of giggles when this occurred, but could not account for it after regaining composure. Notably, Smock described Wynn and Lacey as the sisters during testing, despite having no contact with either prior to the test. While both are women, they are not related. Wynn and Lacey reported greatly enjoying their meals and were unable to shed light on Smock's misconception. August 1st, 1994. Q. Pope. J. Nelson. A pulled pork sandwich. When Nelson bit into the pulled pork itself, rather than the bun or pickle. Pope experienced the sensation of being bitten on a seemingly random part of the body. Swallowing resulting in the feeling of being compressed from all sides, as though being forced headfirst through a narrow tube. Partway through the meal, Nelson began dipping the sandwich in mustard. Whenever this occurred, Pope experienced it as a prolonged, intense pain in the scalp, as though the hair was being pulled back. After the experiment's conclusion, Pope was visibly shaken and asked to meet the person who ate the pulled pork. Pope also proactively volunteered for future experiments. Nelson reported not liking the sandwich, but stated that dipping it in mustard made it tolerable. July 4th, 1995. Cooked by Dr. Villarreal. Consumers: 10 personnel of Research Team 13, not including Dr. Villarreal. Cooked various meats. Effects: Authorization was granted to use Open Mouth Barbecue for the staff's Independence Day celebration. Dr. Villarreal volunteered to prepare the meat for the event, with the stipulation that he be allowed to eat his own meal first to avoid being distracted by the SCP's effects. Dr. Villarreal experienced no effects from eating his own food, and so the meat was distributed to the rest of the team. Shortly after the staff began eating the food he had prepared, Dr. Villarreal started shaking and laid on the floor of the observation room, where he remained until well after the conclusion of the meal. During this time, Dr. Villarreal vocalized erratically and incoherently, but did not appear distressed. Further details have been withheld for the sake of decorum. Once Dr. Villarreal regained his composure, he described the experience as a comprehensive sensory overload with a variety of overlapping physical stimuli that he found difficult to classify or distinguish between. This was also accompanied with a variety of strong emotions that he was similarly unable to adequately characterize, as well as various insights into his coworkers that may or may not be grounded in reality. While staff greatly appreciated Dr. Villarreal's cooking and his volunteering for the experiment, Dr. Villarreal had to be reassigned following various instances of overly familiar behavior towards his teammates over the next week. He remains in good standing with the organization. And that is it. Thank you all so much for listening or watching. My name is Agent Paul of Mobile Task Force Delta 7, and I'll see you next week with another document review. Bye.